was pretty fucking bad.
All right.
Yeah, it was
Press the
pretty
start
good.
button. So
Like,
we're jumping balls deep. Go ahead. Say
yeah,
what you're
yeah.
gonna say. No intro.
Oh,
Just straight up. What you gonna fucking say?
dude,
Bro, it was
I'm glad the
bad.
movie. I'm glad the movie didn't try to take itself seriously because I sure as shit couldn't.
Okay.
Oh my
Welcome
God.
to the Degenerates podcast with my hosts, Junie, the lovely Grim, and the lovely new Hollowed Kindred, Danny Boy. Hello.
Hello. Nice to be here. Thank you for the invite. I'm glad.
There are
to be a
so
part
many
of it.
cuties here.
We got
Stop
all
making
of
me
them.
watch terrible movies. It was a
We'll
horrible.
watch better movies eventually.
What do you mean? It was an okay movie.
The kills are
Oh
really
my
good.
God.
Okay. All right. Before we get too
have
fucking
watched
balls deep,
good movies before.
we
just-
have. We watched Hereditary.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
some
right.
other
You
things.
guys, you guys gave me
Hereditary's
a
good.
wonderful first impression on how this podcast works.
Yeah, what do you mean? It was a good movie. All right.
I went into that movie going like, all right, maybe it won't be that bad,
Mhm.
and I was still disappointed.
Nah.
All right. The movie we're talking about, by the way, is Death of a Unicorn. It has Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd as the main characters. Haha, who would have guessed? Yeah, let me look up real quick and see who this is directed by, because I did no background research whatsoever.
I like my Rudd.
I love Rudd.
Paul Rudd's cool. I don't hate the guy, but I certainly didn't enjoy this movie that much.
You didn't seem to
Okay.
hate it that much during.
Okay,
Yeah,
no.
it's fine.
So I should reword that. I enjoyed being able to sit in a Discord call with you guys while we watched it and we ripped into the movie because it has quite a lot of you can't even call them undertones or anything. It is ham-fisted overtones for some of the stuff.
So, just to preface, the movie had a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. The director is Alex Sharfman, which, that's a name.
So he should be executed.
All right,
Jesus.
Alex Sharfman next on the guillotine, just so you guys know.
When we're killing millionaires, that's where we'll start.
We don't know if he's a millionaire or not. This movie did have like a
Maybe I
star-studded
hope not.
fucking cast, by the way.
They have fucking Jenna Ortega and
Yeah.
fucking Paul Rudd in the
Well,
same
let's just go
movie.
through all of them real quick. We got Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, Tia Leone, David Pasquesi, Anthony Carrigan, Richard E. Grant, Jessica Hines, Denise Delgado. Not as star-studded down the list, but you get my fucking gist. The main characters are all fucking insanely big celebrities for the most part, or popular in certain movies.
Very
They're getting
talented.
insanely fucking stupid with all of their actions in this movie.
Okay, all right. I liked some of them. I liked some of them. Not all of
Okay,
them.
so I'll just kick us off here.
Yeah.
Driving in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I accidentally hit a fucking horse.
Yeah.
The horse is then dead.
It's not
My-
dead. Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
No, not at all. Is
No,
it
Well,
dead?
he sneezed.
You
my
wish it was
God,
fucking dead.
He thought it was dead at first,
Mhm.
and then it started making all the noises. And he goes, "Oh no, what do I do?" And then his daughter touches the horn or whatever, experiences enlightenment.
She comes for the first time, and then he bashes the fucking
And
thing's
then
head
he
in front of
fucking-
her.
Yeah, and then he beats its fucking head in with a pipe in front of her, which, by the way, traumatizing for a child to watch it. Just run it over with your car again or something.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get arrested. That was a horse." Brings the corpse with him.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
they figured out they figured out it was a unicorn.
I mean, yeah, they figured it
Before
Before he
out.
brought it out.
But why bring the body?
Because
Yeah.
it's a unicorn body. Why would you not bring a unicorn body?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna
guess
get in
if I
trouble.
get a unicorn, I'm
So
gonna
I'll,
bring it with me.
Would you say,
Oh
Jimmy?
no.
Would you say, Ginny?
No. Sorry, I coughed because I was dying.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, oh no, we killed maybe the rarest endangered species ever in my life. Better incriminate myself further by bringing the body with me.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere. There's no security cameras. Toss that motherfucker on the side of the road and go. Granted, you do have a fucking chunk out of your vehicle, but, you have plausible deniability as long as you pluck some of those hairs out and pretend like you hit something else, I guess. I don't know.
I really don't think there's a law about hitting a unicorn in the.
I don't think that
the place
I'm gonna go to
is.
prison. First, I'm gonna lose my job, and then I'm gonna go to prison.
Yeah, I don't think that that's been written into any previous law government fucking type shit. I don't think it's been that specific. You can't bath your fucking mule on a Tuesday, but I don't think they've been yeah, you can't fucking murder a unicorn on Thursdays, I don't know.
Don't forget, it
Okay.
fixed Jenna Ortega's crippling acne and Paul Rudd's
Yeah.
sinus
It
problem.
did.
You want to know? Okay. You want to know what? Since we're talking about it, right? Like, I could not tell because like she's supposed to be what, a teenager or something, but like
Yes.
they talked about like she's majoring in like socioeconomics in college or some shit.
18,
I
19
wasn't
probably.
ex- Yeah, and I was like, okay, then how old is she supposed to be?
Like,
I have
probably
no
19.
fucking. Maybe, yeah. And then
Okay.
the one line that like said it for me, that definitely was like, I know I'm gonna hate this character the entire fucking movie. She was like, the I don't remember the exact phrase. I just remember her saying reputation laundering for the oligarchy.
Yeah, it's a little bit
And
pretentious,
I was
but
like, ooh.
It's too big words for me. I
you
can't
know,
understand.
on the bright
So,
side,
an
Jenna
oligarchy
Ortega's
is
character is not Paul Rudd's character, because Paul Rudd's character makes me want to sewer slide. It makes me want to fucking go down the road and not across the street, if you know what I mean.
Well, he's not supposed to be smart.
He's not supposed to be smart or useful or intelligent or like caring about his family or like anything that is positive whatsoever. He just makes all of these decisions, and all of them make me hate his character. Whenever
Counterpoint, he's supposed to be a lawyer
he is supposed to be
Yeah.
a lawyer, that's true.
and somehow makes every wrong decision.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
working for Big Pharma.
The whole point was him trying to help his daughter.
Yeah, but like he helped his daughter by making every wrong choice for his daughter,
Oh.
and then at the end he fucking all right.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right.
Yeah,
So let me
yeah.
look at my notes. I really hope that was Paul Rudd cuddling her on the plane. That was her dad, because if not, that's another fucking creepy thing to do.
Oh yeah, that was another thing too. Yeah, when she fucking he dropped the papers and just let her fucking his daughter's head
Yeah.
fucking smash forward.
That is just
Yeah.
some foreshadowing for the entire fucking movie. It's like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
choosing my job of my daughter immediately. That's just yeah.
Yeah.
Glad it was his
Very-
child and not something fucking disgusting. So we've talked about pretty much everything going on until the fuck just happened on my screen. Okay, whatever. So
What happened?
we I don't know what that was, but something giant and penis looking just fucking showed up against
Sorry
my
about
screen.
that. I'll put it away. I'll put it away.
So we're,
Graham, we said we'd say that for the after party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tee-hee.
I got too excited
That's okay. We'll
talking
love
about Paul Rudd.
I have one other big complaint, right? And I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
justified in this.
Okay.
That is the ugliest fucking unicorn I had ever seen that they could have like come up with.
I do think they could have did better on the baby unicorn. I will preface this with the fact that I saw A24 and I was excited to watch this, but
Mhm.
that kind of hit me like a brick. Yeah, the baby unicorn was shit. I don't know what to think about it. They did good with like the fucking some of the effects. They did good with some kills. The storyline, I could have been jorked by a homeless woman and had a better story to tell people, I think, but
I think it was supposed to be just a little fun movie. I don't think
it was a
supposed to
little
be,
fun
like,
movie. It
anything
was not,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
groundbreaking.
Absolutely. It was supposed to
So
be
like,
money.
I know we keep talking about how much we hate the movie. We're just like we haven't even. This is like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
We are not
There's
very far
still,
in.
like another hour and 40 minutes of the movie to talk about.
Correct.
Yeah.
We literally have just gotten to here's another thing that really bugged me about it. Like, he was going there to go talk to his boss, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Pharma boss.
But like, why were they gone for so long? Like, the flow of time felt very strange because they got a lot accomplished either very quickly or they were there for a long time.
Well, the thing was that the Big Pharma boss and his family wanted to like very like I don't know if for appearance or what. They were like, we want to get to know your family. We can't just sign this shit and get done with the deal. They're like, we want to know you and know who's on our company and yeah.
The fucking the boss had time to get a fucking science team out there to dissect, study the corpse of a unicorn, and then fucking eat it and
To be
do
fair,
drugs out of it.
he's a billionaire, so like that could have been like a 15-minute process.
It's just
That's true.
I mean, that's
Maybe,
fair,
yeah.
but I mean, also his recovery time was immaculate. He went from fucking deathbed on oxygen to fucking firing AR-15. Like,
He was fucking mainlining unicorn titties like it was nobody's business. He was just balls deep in unicorn products the entire time. So like, I do think that makes sense. So let's just get back to how the story goes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we've gone through the actual area of them trying to get to the Big Pharma's boss. There's been a crash. They hit the fucking unicorn. Paul Rudd then brutalizes it like it's old Yeller for some fucking reason while his daughter is standing right beside it. She gives the fucking unicorn a little tug job and sees Jesus himself in this galaxy area. And so they're like, yeah, that's great. That's having a great time. And then it's murdered. It's dead. Or you think it just keeps not dying.
Zenyatta was in the middle of ulting and they got headshotted. Like,
Yes. Yes, you've been cucked. The fucking Mercy just hit the fucking 4-man res on this unicorn. So we're taking the car back. We're like, can't be late for Big Pharma Boss's meeting. And we get to the fucking lodge. Paul Rudd decides, like Danny says, to put the fucking unicorn in the back of the car for whatever reason. No logical reason. Not really at all.
Sweetie, help me pick up this horse corpse and put it in the back seat
This
of our
500-pound fucking baby unicorn
that I just
pick it up,
bludgeoned to
please.
death in front of you.
Oh yeah, how did
Yeah,
they get
yeah.
it in the car?
That is an
They had to
even
be
better
some
question.
strong people. Yeah, I
She
didn't
used
even
her
think about that.
knees. God
God
damn.
damn.
Paul Rudd just used his PIM particles to shrink it down temporarily.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know how anybody's lifting a regular fucking horse, let alone a unicorn. Fucking hell.
Sorry.
Maybe because it's lighter since it's a unicorn.
Maybe,
I
but
don't
like
know.
still, me and you together aren't picking up a fucking pony. Like,
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. First of all, it's dead weight because he bludgeoned it to death.
Yeah,
Second
correct.
of all, Grim, a normal horse is heavy, and
I can do it.
unicorns tend to have something extra than a normal horse. Can
Well,
you
it's
guess
a
what it
mythical
is?
creature. I don't know. I don't know its anatomy. I don't know. It could be defy everything.
Clearly,
it could
you
be
haven't
light.
studied horse dong like me and Tyro.
Well, a horse and a unicorn are completely different things.
Fucking love equestrian. I'm a great equestrian.
You look the type.
The healing properties are noted. We get all that healing whenever her acne disappears, etc. We find out some cool shit. Cool. The Jenna vision, whenever she sees that there's other unicorns, that's fucking crazy, by the way. It just the way that it like teleports us into showing us more unicorns. Cool, sick.
Sick nasty.
We get to the fucking resort and we're doing some research on the unicorns, etc. Jenna finds out burying dead in the trees are the last. That was a fucking weird thing. She was like looking up tapestries. Like she was just like, where's unicorns.gov and where do I find out what I did? She's actually on like YouTube or some shit, I think.
So apparently, like back in the day when she was a kid, I remember them saying this in the movie. She was like, "What was my favorite thing to do with mom, dad? It was looking at the old unicorn tapestries."
Yeah, I loved unicorns, Dad. How could you forget? You bought me a plushie when I was 3.
And then I guess that mixed with like the transcendent orgasm that she had from touching that fucking baby's horn, like
that is a
triggered something in her
sentence.
brain to make her go look back for it. And then she was like, "Oh my god, the more you covet the unicorn, the more they kill."
Yeah. The more they're looking for this fine ass fucking maiden who's just super kind of heart and
Yeah, the maiden with the purple heart.
the titties of mountain. Yeah. So you can't fucking take care of the unicorns. You have to fucking get a bad bitch with a good heart to take care of them. We get
And
that.
also, the most important thing in this entire movie, right, was like they get to the lodge, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing starts slamming around in the back of their car while they're inside.
Yes.
Busts up the car, absolutely. But my favorite scene happens immediately afterwards because it busts its head out of the window and the butler lady just walks out with a gun and domes the fucking thing.
Yeah. Lots of murdering unicorns, or I guess just remurdering one unicorn continuously.
Hell yeah.
That's the other thing too. The guns worked really well until they didn't.
Yeah, it was not consistent.
Well, with the baby, was it with the baby unicorn?
It was
Yeah, the
with
baby unicorn
both.
got fucked by the
Yeah,
guns.
well,
The baby unicorn got absolutely fucking decimated, but then the fucking mama and papa unicorns are taking 7, 8, 9 shotgun blasts.
maybe adult and baby are different. You know,
It's true.
Maybe it's
We'll come back to that
different
though.
like
I'm
power
not-
level.
Speculatory.
I'm not gonna give them the
Are we
benefit
power
of the doubt
scaling
on
baby
that one.
unicorn?
Yeah.
We'll come back to power scaling. We're nowhere near the adults even existing yet.
Yo, where's
Okay.
Seth the programmer? Get
Um,
him in here. I need a power scaler.
So we're at the point where they fucking straight up murder the unicorn out of the car after Paul Rudd blatantly denies, like, nope, don't have anything in my car. That couldn't be me. Couldn't fucking be me. I don't have anything in there at all. And then a unicorn pops out of his fucking side windows and smashes it with its hoof. And yeah, domed, like Junie said. We then are like, holy shit, the fucking unicorn. And once again, like we talked about, science team's out. Science team's like, hey, sick as fuck. Let's do some work. We start fucking grinding horns and straight jorking the fucking thing's peanuts and finding all of its liquids and whatnot. We don't actually jork the unicorn off for PETA reasons. Well, I guess you probably could. I think that horse. I think horse people jork their horses, don't they?
I'm not about
So-
to discuss the likelihood of jorking.
Danny,
these.
I need a horse expert.
Okay, so horse expert here. I actually had a friend who used to work on a farm, and his job was literally to hold the horse's cock sleeve. So yes,
Sick.
apparently they can get violently temperate, like if you don't let them have that relief. And
Okay.
if you don't want to breed your horses or it's not breeding season, they literally have a giant horse fleshlight, and you have to hold it while they buck into it.
Sick. All right. Fun
Ah.
facts. Fun facts with Danny here.
Fun facts here. I like learning.
Additionally, the source that he is referring to is the movie Freddy Got Fingered.
And then
That's Junie's favorite movie.
Additionally, that is Junie's favorite movie. Yes,
It is absolutely.
I remember whenever I first watched that with Junie, and I was like, I had like Junie and I talk all the time, but I was like, you never like showed me your favorite movie or anything like that. So he shows me his
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
movie, and I'm like, I have an interesting perspective on Junie now. I have a different thought process. Fuck, that's good. So, all right. So we're taking all the unicorn parts. We're learning that they're healing. The doctor or the main father of the fucking pharma family, they are doing everything to cure his cancer that he has now. Just straight fucking pumping him an IV of anti-cancer, essentially. Cool. Some wild shit's going on, such as the sun is just snorting unicorn dust and seeing everything. That's fun. Honestly, this movie had some of the most decent kills I've seen in quite a while. Honestly, I really like the way they had a lot of the different shots. So the Odell kill. Who's Odell? Let me look. Sorry, I was sick whenever we first fucking watched this, so I was dying, and then we are just not coming back with a week.
the boss.
The boss?
Yeah.
Okay,
think so.
so
Okay.
that is whenever he walked up to try to fucking pet the unicorn and touch its horn, and then it fucking not decapitated him, but it fucking like impaled him through the chin and up through his head. That was great.
Yeah, that
Um,
was one of the best kills in the movie. I think I'll hold off on what I think about the kills and stuff until after plot
Okay.
synopsis.
Unicorns fighting. The adult unicorns are coming to fight. That's an adult unicorn killing Odell. They do chase him down. What leads to the adult unicorns actually coming to?
All right, so because we have skipped many plot points.
We have.
We have some.
I was so sick whenever we were recording this that my notes are just
So-
kind of shit. Apparently.
After
Alright.
Odell was cured of like his cancer or whatever,
Yeah.
they were like, we could sell this and make money. And then the scientist was like, but it's a finite resource. We only have so much of it. And then they're like, then we can sell this to the people that matter who have money.
Yeah.
And then they're like, the sicker the better. Go fucking find people. And then that was like their whole shtick. Like they were like, we're gonna make so much fucking money.
Oh yeah.
Funny.
And then the daughter was like, Dad, the tapestries.
Tapestries, Daddy.
For a movie that like talks about unicorns, they use the word tapestry way too fucking much too.
Yeah, it is kind of the main plot device.
Yeah.
I just love the yay old medieval art of people being eviscerated by God's nicest creature.
I do love how that Jenna Ortega was just on YouTube searching up fucking tapestries. Just like we're not going to a museum or some shit. We're fucking looking up the tapestries on YouTube. I saw this
It
in
wasn't even YouTube. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
happens when you look up the word unicorn on Bing. Like,
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit. All right. So when did the adult unicorns come? Because I did skip that. That is a big plot point that I skipped
So-
right by.
after they find out about the healing properties and they have cut off the horn of the
Yes.
baby unicorn
Yeah.
and also fed
Firing of the neurons.
the steak to the other one. That's when the other two parents show up, and then they're like, "Whoa, there's more than one," and they start pitching a fucking fit, and they actually offered to give the corpse back to the parents, but
Yes.
when they saw that it was missing its horn, that's when they started killing people again.
Yes.
We are still missing plot points.
Hit us with the
All right,
Junie.
Ginny, take over.
All right, okay. Branching over, right? So, like he said, they cut up the unicorn. They basically were like, oh yeah, we're gonna sell this to people. They're getting ready to transport the baby unicorn. Then one guy gets impaled. One of the doctors gets like rammed through the chest with a big old horn. That was brutal and beautiful.
It was.
They start having a gunfight. I don't even remember how many guards there were because we only ever saw like the two butlers, and then more guards showed up, started shooting the unicorns, who then promptly died. The unicorns just like went to town on them.
There was a really good fucking kill in this sequence too.
Yeah, that was the one that was my favorite kill, which was the gunman with the car scene when they're hiding underneath the van.
Yeah.
And he gets his fucking head stomped in by the daddy.
Yeah, that was kind of hot.
Papa Unicorn like knocks over this dude while Jenna Ortega's hiding under the car, and just crushes his head. And
he's screaming the whole time. He's like, "Oh!" And then
it was really good.
That was pretty good, yeah.
They go back to the house.
They get chased. Like she runs out from under the car, gets chased. The unicorn tries to bond with her because like, oh, you're a pure maiden, even though you've been hitting that fucking vape pen. And
hit the Zaza.
It was nothing to do with pure like drugs. It was pure of heart. Pure of heart. She was a good person.
Yeah.
You know, because she didn't believe in the oligarchy.
She doesn't believe in big pharma.
That's the message of this movie. Don't believe in the oligarchy.
True.
Be killed by unicorns.
Girl boss pussy slay queen.
Oh, like it is literally is like as soon as like she goes to try to touch the horn, they start shooting at the unicorn. It runs off into the woods. We see like the rich people's son. I don't even remember his name.
Yeah, with weird eyebrows.
Yeah, weird eyebrows. Shepherd. Okay, I'm glad you remember.
Yeah,
Shepherd
I have the Wikipedia article pulled up so that I can provide information.
Let's go, baby. Denny's on this. He's fucking showing so much promise.
I was about to say I was invited to a podcast. I'm trying to do it professionally, but also fuck around.
Round of applause for Denny.
Yeah. No, yeah, okay. So, like she did get to touch the horn. I think she got like a moment to touch the horn.
Yeah.
And on like world record for a person to be able to touch that amount of unicorn horns. You know, no, like how many of us ever get to touch one of those? Normally, it's just like something our Uncle Steve shows us. But like,
you know, they say once you touch the daddy horn, the baby horn just don't feel the same.
Yeah.
All right.
But like then after here's the thing, after the shootout and stuff, right? Immediately after, the rich people are inside eating the baby unicorn steak.
Yeah, they just straight up eating ass.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, wow, that was weird. Anyway, back to desecrating the corpse of this child.
Eating this medium rare.
Yeah, it did not look well cooked at all. And it was like fucking purplish.
Fucking pink. Yeah, it was like a pinkish purple.
It would look like a fucking plum. I was like, that looks fucking disgusting. I don't know what kind of sauce you cooking that shit with, but you might want to try again.
Fucking eating Twilight Sparkle's asshole right there.
True. So I think we go through the house. We're going through the chase. Is this when the unicorn's chasing Paul Rudd and her? I remember. So we get to the point where they're also chasing the other unicorn. Starts chasing the mom of the family and Shepherd, and Shepherd just fucking becomes a Navi. If you don't remember, like he just for some reason has this fucking little background plot of get me my crossbow, Jeeves. He has a fucking compound bow, and he just knows what the fuck to do with it, apparently. He's just an archer, straight up.
No, he's not even a good archer.
No, he's not.
One,
he is a terrible one.
With his mom.
Okay, like, yeah, but he didn't do anything on purpose. He didn't like, miss. He just fucking didn't shoot. So His mom gets knocked onto a pool table. She's getting that ass beat. She knows that she has this oxygen tank beside her that's gonna fucking explode if it gets shot. She's like, "Yes, Daddy, please shoot it and murder the fucking unicorn." And he just tells her no, and she gets disemboweled in front of him, which
They're fucking eating
Rude as
her in
fuck.
front of him. She's like, "Please, just do it." And he's like, "Nah."
nah.
I won't
Which
do it.
why the fuck not? You just love your mommy too much, or like I don't know. I don't get it. There wasn't much of a plot device there. Kind of bonky wonkers. The Odell kill had already happened here.
Yeah,
I would
but-
argue that you don't love your mother if you're going to let her be eaten by a mythical
Yeah,
creature.
definitely. I would agree with you. I think putting her out of her misery instead of letting her get disemboweled in front of you probably the play. What do I know though?
I was gonna say, like, after the mom had died,
Yeah.
like they start chasing them through the house and stuff. Like they're doing more chasing. They like rammed through walls, broke down doors. The daughter jumps out like the second story window. I don't even remember when it happened. I just remember the son, didn't he like hold her at gunpoint because he wanted to make sure that she would like soothe the fucking unicorns because she's
It was
pure
bow
heart.
point.
It was bow
Bow
point.
point, my
Yeah.
bad, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even have a gun. It was
Yeah,
just
he
his
had
compound bow.
his compound bow that he did not fucking use at all the entire
He
movie.
used the arrow once.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
So he holds her at bow point, has her like basically
I think they're
soothe
still.
the.
Is this the point like right before that? Is this the point where they're like trying to get everybody to go and offer up the baby unicorn, or is that after?
So
No,
okay,
we have this is what I mean where we have like abridged so much. You
Normally my
literally-
notes are better, all right? I was sick as fuck,
Well,
and so my notes look like I was fucking high on Robitussin right now. I don't know
It's
if you
also
were
now-
it has also been 2 weeks since we watched
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
no, but like you basically were like, oh yeah, now the mom's dead, the dad's dead, the security guards are dead. Are they offering up the unicorn corpse? No, that happened at the halfway
I was
point.
literally seeing the Hat Man while we were filming, and I was fucking having issues, all right?
He literally messaged me. It was like, "I was dying when we were going through that. I'm sorry."
I texted all three of you, and I personally apologize
Oh,
because
no,
I literally
you're fine.
I was
I
gonna
literally,
vomit
like,
from the
bro.
sound of things, so I like literally deafened in Discord and just like had to fucking like peel my eyes open to watch.
Yeah, bro. Why would you even fucking apologize about that? If
I
you
don't know. I
don't
was trying to
feel
big
good,
dick it and
then-
get through it, and I did. I just couldn't fucking record after. I felt horrible. Okay. Someone who remembers these things continue.
All right, yeah,
The
sorry.
actual.
So yeah, we'll to abridge some of the other points. Then they tried to offer the unicorn, like the baby unicorn's corpse, to them,
Yes.
but because it didn't have the horn, this is mind you, the female doctor basically gets ragdolled by the two adult unicorns, like actually playing with her like a chew toy, rips her apart.
I wrote down at one point whenever the Ascot doctor and Paul Rudd were talking, I was like, "Ooh, Ascot doctor is gonna get fucked." And then I wrote down at some point, Ascot lady got fucked. All right. Yeah. Continue. Sorry.
Very very accurate. This is mind you, this is all before like the air tank and possible explosion shot the sun didn't take.
Damn, my plot remembering was poor as fuck here. Okay.
It is all good, my dude. Nyquil will do that. Yeah, so like they had, and I actually have this as a note because I don't remember what it was. I think it was literally like they're looking through the window, and then we get a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's unicorn jump scare pop up at us.
Love it.
I'll be honest. I don't remember the Five Nights at Freddy jump scare.
It was so forgettable. It was like the briefest of moments.
I do remember the
So-
jump scare.
Continue.
I was the thing that I
go
was
ahead.
remembering was when Tyra was talking about when they give up the unicorn body. I remember when Paul Rudd comes to his senses and then he like runs up to his daughter upstairs and is like, "I'm on your side. This is wrong. Like I should have done this sooner. I love you, daughter."
Mhm.
And then they like escape from inside the mansion to outside right before they're held at fucking arrow point by the shit sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that being like, I mean, yeah, like it took you that long to realize that maybe you shouldn't be carving and serving unicorn flesh.
He definitely had some flexible morals.
He was willing to let Big Pharma give him the
Um,
bag for everything that he desired.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was worried about money in his job and shit like that, but like,
Yeah, the
you
fucking
you
morals were
you
not there.
literally saw someone's fucking head get caved in by a horse, and
He
it
also
wasn't
caved in
even
a horse's
then.
head, so it's going full fucking circle.
caved in. Let's see. Let's see. How many horrible things did he do this movie?
Yes.
Caved in the horse's head. Watched a person get their head caved in. Watched a doctor get impaled.
Hmm.
Watched a bunch of other people get carried off into the woods. Went out into the woods after everything was said and done with guns to try and find them. Does not know how to use it. Watched his boss get impaled through the face.
If it
He
was
had
between
watched
Alien and Predator, he was definitely more of an alien. He'd be stepping on all them fucking branches, breaking all the shit.
exactly.
It was literally all of that, and then after, yeah, because they, like Junie said, they went into the forest because they were like hunting for a unicorn,
Yeah.
and then after watching more people die, he was like, maybe my daughter was right.
Maybe she had a point.
He got to it
No,
eventually.
yeah, okay.
Maybe I should listen to women.
That's not the point I got, but you know.
No, yeah. So like, daughter gets held at bow point in the back after this, right?
Yes.
And then this is where I'm also just kind of like, the unicorns are absolutely fucking dumb, because if they're supposed to be able to like sense the evil of the dude who just ate chunks of their child, but the moment the one, like the daughter is in view, they just take a nap on her legs. Mind you, both mom and dad unicorn come up to her and just fall asleep on her legs, and the son gets to tie them both up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird plot point. I guess I
That was,
kind of get
yeah,
it. Like the
the
virtuous
unicorns
maiden.
the virtuous maiden, but those unicorns have been on literal killing sprees where they're getting fucking attack dogs in the attack chopper with how many
They're
fucking
on kill
kills they've
streaks right
gotten.
now. They're
Yeah,
trying to get the
Yeah.
fucking nuke.
they're on
AC
kill streaks,
130,
but the
holy
minute
shit.
someone's in fucking trouble, they're like, I'm gonna take a nap.
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, the second someone touches me, I'm just like, all right, deal. All right, let's lay down.
Nap time.
Okay.
The
Tell your wife
the
I'm
dad,
sorry.
I'll
fucking-
tell her.
Paul Rudd now is like, oh man, maybe I should be listening to my daughter. Is like now confronts Shepard.
Yeah.
And they have a good old fashioned British greeting with each other where he stabs him. They stab each other.
Yeah, the
and-
British drive by, you know.
Oi,
Yeah.
Bob. I heard you talk about my puppet. Oi, stop. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
And we were all sitting in the call at this point too, right? Because the son gets kicked in the head by one of the unicorns.
That was pretty
Dead
fucking
on the
good.
spot. It was
Yeah.
great. But like, we were all sitting there like, okay, hold the hell up. You are not about to let your dad die while you have the magical unicorn super heal drug
Yeah.
right next to you. What is the
Yeah.
lesson here?
Yeah, the stabbing there, the stab fight between Shep and the fucking General Craig's dad, Paul Rudd here, it was so anticlimactic the way they did that. It just looked like, oi, brother, run you through. No, brother, run you through. And they just kind of like gently stab each other, and it just looks like shit. There
It
were
was
so many
also
good
very-
effects.
It was also very on the nose that the thing that he used to kill him was the unicorn horn.
Yeah, like it just
He stabbed him with the baby unicorn's horn.
it just didn't look good at all. Like that little fight there. There's so many good effects in this that, like, honestly, all of the kills I thought were pretty solid.
Oh yeah, the special effects were amazing.
I thought they were really good. I thought they got a lot of work put into them. I thought that they were all like timed really well. They all looked pretty good. And then that little fucking like, I'm gonna stab you with a fucking arrow gently. Like it literally looked like a cutscene from like a 2004 movie where like they gently fucking like, it's like, I don't even know how to describe my fucking thought process. I'm just like angry that it existed, if that makes sense. Like the
Yeah,
unicorn horn one didn't look
yeah.
too bad, but then the arrow specifically, like, impale him. Don't fucking gently like touch him with it. The fuck?
I think
Um,
the other really weird one about it was, I think the first time we saw the unicorn, we all kind of like groaned a little bit because it just looked uncannily strange.
Yeah, it was
And
uncanny
then
valley for sure.
every instance after that, the unicorn looked fine, but when it was like on the ground, like begging for death,
It had a human mouth. It was
Yeah.
weird.
in the weird sharp teeth.
Yeah.
I thought it looked neat, the weird sharp teeth.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't look.
It's
I don't think the teeth are
interesting.
bad. I thought the adult unicorns looked okay, definitely compared to the baby for sure.
I agree with
Um,
that, and a lot of the kills looked more practical than CGI, which I don't even know if they actually did use practical kills, but it looked practical.
there was
They
definitely some
actually
practical
took
look
like
to it.
all the actors and gunned them down anytime.
Yeah, they
they
actually
saw
just
a
stabbed
unicorn.
Paul Rudd on set.
Yeah.
Honestly, not the worst thing that's ever happened in that movie.
So I think we all agreed at this point too that we would have been a-okay with everything up to this point if the unicorns just started eating the dead dad as he
Oh
was laying
yes,
there.
yeah.
I wanted the retribution there. Yeah, I was cool with it. Fuck that guy. You can't make every mistake in a movie and then just atone by making one semi-okay decision at the end. Like, fuck off.
The unicorns then like they brought like so he gives over the horn. They have the baby corpse there, and they do like some weird. You know the scene in Avatar where they were fucking by putting their hair together. That's kind of what
Yes.
it looked like to me.
Yeah, they kind of just
That's
crossed horns and
basically
they
it.
were trying to make like a fucking medieval like clan sigil.
Yeah.
That's definitely some like fucking Scottish clan sigil. It's just two unicorns crossing the fucking horns or something.
Yeah, it was like some coat of arms thing. Really
Baby's brought
cool.
back. Fucking Paul Rudd's brought back. Nothing. There was no consequence besides all of the fucking everybody died.
I mean, there is a
No,
consequence at
there
the end of
was
the
a
movie.
consequence at the end of the movie. They
They
got
get
arrested.
yeah.
they did.
They
Well,
get
they got arrested
No,
for
they didn't get
5
arrested.
fucking seconds.
Yes, they did. Are
Yeah,
you? Did you forget the best part of the movie, Grim?
I forgot when
Yeah.
they got took off the road.
Yeah,
The-
the fucking. So they get put in the back of the cop car by the police woman, and she's like, "Yeah, good luck explaining this one, because what are they gonna say? The unicorns killed everybody." And then the fucking unicorns are on the horizon running alongside
Yeah.
the car, and then she looks over and sees them galloping towards them, and then they fucking throw their bodies into the fucking cop
Paul Rudd
car.
literally looks at
Yeah,
Jenna
they-
Ortega, and they both gently buckle up and sit forward, and like he like hunches over her. They look back at the unicorns.
Brace, yeah, so
They
the
brace.
unicorns could run them off the fucking road.
Oh man,
Do you
yeah,
think they would actually be helpful in that instant then, trying to save them?
yeah. Because like, what the fuck you can do besides go to the cops and get taken
Well, yeah,
away
because
forever?
Jenna Ortega is the pure heart maiden.
they
Yeah.
have
Of
to
Okay.
course
follow
they
her
She's
were
wherever
mommy.
she goes, yeah.
Picture it this way, Grim. Jenna
Jenna
Ortega
Ortega isn't
the
bullying me into an orgasm
is
in this
the
scene.
6 foot
Damn it.
goth Latina mommy, and the unicorns are you.
Okay, gotcha. I heard.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
makes sense.
I'm following now.
He's following. He's on track. But yeah, that's honestly Death of a Unicorn. Do you guys want to each give your actual individual thoughts on the things you were thinking outside of just the plot?
Death of a unicorn, like death of my attention span. I had the Subway Surfers halfway through that goddamn movie.
All right. Well, that was nicely put.
Yeah.
Very respectful.
I think this could have been like a decent movie if it was not like I don't know, because like it felt like it was trying to take itself too seriously for what the movie was. And that is an odd thing to say considering how ham-fisted a lot of the stuff was.
It was very fisting me. You're right.
Yeah.
I do think that having A24 as the backer, they kind of thought this movie would be like, because you have a star-studded cast. Like it's definitely not like they had B-listers. They had like actual A-lister,
Yeah.
fucking individuals starring in this movie.
Even the
It's
support
just-
actors are all like, I mean, they're not like A-listers, but like the support actors are still fucking very popular and are getting consistent roles in
Yeah.
very popular
Yeah,
movies.
but it felt very, I don't know. I don't know if they were given like poor direction on how their characters should have been, but it felt phoned in on some
Yeah.
of their spatial reasoning.
The characters weren't very deep was my biggest problem here. I think that they were all like a little tropey, and they all had a very like they had a very particular thing they were supposed to stick to, and that was it.
I like, yeah, like it felt very campy in the sense of it was like, oh, Paul Rudd and daughter are fighting, and dead mother exists, and then they bring up the dead mom like during the whole remember my childhood unicorn tapestries stuff. Like it was very strange. That feels like something that would happen if her character, Jenna Ortega's character was like 8 years younger, like if she was like preteen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was supposed to be like a grown fucking woman. and
Yeah, she was like
was
19
going
probably.
through like the same story arc of like a teen that's mad at the world kind of situation.
She does give the vibe, yes. Although, if my dad was that much of a cunt, I don't think I'd be getting over it very easily either.
I mean, that's very fair too. Like I said, Paul Rudd made a ton of questionable decisions. I mean, literally a perfect example of that is when he beat the fucking baby unicorn to death right in front of her with the fucking pipe or tire iron or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it was.
literally, like the
It
first scene in the
like
movie, dropping the fucking papers was the like. It was just like, yeah, that's foreshadowing the entire fucking movie. He's just
that
gonna
was just
make every
funny.
wrong choice.
Yeah, but that was just funny. Like,
It
he was
was
like, "Oh,
funny.
fuck,
It was
sorry,"
good.
but
It's
like
just that
he didn't enjoy the moment with her. Like
no,
that
not
was
at all.
the whole point.
That's
But
the whole fucking movie.
it just kind of felt like, like if your daughter was there, like as a parent, and I'm sure you can agree with this one,
Yeah.
if my child was there and I just run over a fucking unicorn, I'm not going to be sitting there beating it to death in front of my child, no matter
Think
Yeah.
how
for
old they
yourself.
are.
Oh,
I,
Grim
I
going
I would
hardcore.
consider it, yeah.
I mean, never
It's
mind.
not a raccoon, Jimmy.
I would.
Hey. They had it coming.
That's some great Junie lore. All right. I think that definitely sums up Death of a Unicorn. Grim, do you have any opinions overarching on your thoughts here?
No, I think I said it before. I just thought it was a fun movie. I didn't think it was bad. What definitely wasn't like groundbreaking or like, oh, I'm gonna see it again. I'm gonna go out and see it 5 times or some shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, oh, I hated it. It wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't like a Sharknado type thing.
Yeah.
It was an okay movie, middle of the road,
Yeah.
and I appreciated it. Just was a fun, campy movie, pretty much.
It's definitely one of those movies that you watch with your friends and then
Yeah.
talk about it on a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a one and done. It's appreciate it for what it is. Spend a fucking Saturday night watching it with your friends because fuck it, why not? And
Yeah.
get to see some good A24 level kills. And if that's what you're
Yeah.
there for, boner.
Yeah, it's like come for the kills and walk out the door in the middle of the movie for the story.
I think it's because like I like slasher films, and a lot
Yeah.
of those don't have like the best story. You know,
No,
it's
that's
just
fair.
like you're there for the kills.
Come for
Yeah.
the kills.
Yeah.
Stay for the ambiguous aged Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking. Thanks for suggesting. Yes, I will. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap up Death of the Unicorn. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Tyro, the Junie boy, the Grimmy boy, and the Danny boy. And I'll put all our links in the fucking description and stuff. This was a fun movie, though. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I've
I-
definitely
I-
seen worse movies. But by any stretch of the means, it was not a terrible movie. If honestly, if I were to like rate this like 1 to 10 kind of situation, it would fall probably like 4.5. Like
Yeah.
5 being like a perfectly average movie.
Realistic.
I thought it'd be like a 5 or a 6, like probably a 6 because I
Yeah,
enjoyed the
that's
kills a
nice.
lot. So slightly above, slightly above average, just because of the kills, bring it to above that. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I don't think the dialogue was horrible. I just the fucking characters bring it down for me, and the plot itself probably make it like a 4.5/5. Just the kills bring it back up. The actors themselves bring it back up. I wish the plot was a little better. I wish there was a little bit more plot, but it's a perfectly fine. I'm gonna watch this with my friends type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, we're done. Bye bye.